Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought that day would come. I never did. I'll be honest, I'm cringing as we speak. What am I talking about? Before we get into that, let me do my usual thing. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's the boy True Inferno. Today's date is Friday, March the 1st. So we all know what that means. Come on, just say along with me, folks.
Say it with me now.
It's the first of the month. Okay, enough about that. Now, let's get this out the way. Let's just get this out the way because, yeah, just because. Ladies and gentlemen, I got some news that I need to share with you guys. News that I do not want to share at all because this is something that I don't like at all. But I did it for you guys because some of y'all thought it's funny. Some of y'all thought it's cool. But I don't like it. But I'm doing it for you guys. So, let's get on with it. Blah! So yeah, as you can clearly see, I got more merch. But not just any merch. We got the official Trucifer shirt. So yes, for those of you who are in the Phasmo community, y'all, some of y'all call me this, and it's making its way over to the Pokemon Go community, Missing Go, for example. So why not just give y'all the merch to make everybody happy? So we got the official True Inferno or Trucifer shirt rather. Come in black would probably be the best one to rock with, to be perfectly honest. It also comes in classic orange, it comes in gold, it comes in heavy metal. It comes in light gray, we got midnight navy, we got red, we got royal, and we got white. That's actually not bad as well. And it comes in all sizes except for triple XL, but the right one don't come in triple XL, which is interesting. But anywho, the official Trucifer shirt is here for you guys to pick up. But obviously we got more stuff than that. We also got the official Trucifer hoodie. So there it is right there. We got that joint in black, we got that in carbon gray. We got it in purple for certain people who love the color purple. We got that in Team Royal, and we got it in that right color as well. So there's that. Now, some of y'all gonna like this one right here. I'm talking about the official Trucifer hat right here. We got that in different colors. We got that in black, we got that in navy blue, we got that in that black and orange, and we got that in that black and purple. I think some of you guys will like that one as well. And we got it in pure red. I think that's the one that a lot of you guys will like. This is a snapback, by the way. So as you can see in the back right here, you can actually snap that on to fit your size dome. Now, we're not done though. This is the one I think everybody go want to capitalize on right here. The Trucifer winter hat or the Trucifer beanie. This is the one right here that a lot of people I think will want to capitalize on, that we'll want to pick up. So we got that joint in black, obviously. Let's zoom out real quick. We also got that in heather gray. We got that in navy. We got it in red, and we got it in white. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there you go with that. But for those of you who are in the Pokemon Go community, y'all might not have known about this, but a certain somebody would call me Trucifer, but added a little flavor to it. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this right here, the True Trucifer shirt. Yes, that is actually a thing. Yes, the True Trucifer shirt comes in black, comes in light gray, comes in purple for that person who is known to call me that. Also comes in that red, royal, and in white. And again, no triple XL. So that's also interesting. They must be running out of triple XLs in that right color for that specific shirt. Moving on now, we also got the True Trucifer hoodie. So as you can clearly see here, we got that in black. We also got it in carbon gray. We got it in purple again for that certain person who came up with that nickname. We got it in Team Royal, and we got it in white. So there's that. Now let's move on. We also got the True Trucifer snapback hat right here. It is available in black. We also got it in charcoal gray, gold, well, black and gold. We also got it in navy blue. We got it in black and purple. We also got it in that all red, and we got a white color. The white color ain't bad looking, to be honest. Like, if y'all had to pick one, this is the one right here, if I do say so myself. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got the beanie, the official True Lucifer winner hat. So we got that joint in black and brown color, which goes with somewhat with the skin, so that's pretty cool. Heather gray, as you can clearly see, that's not bad either. We also got it in navy, red, and of course that right is really, really dope. So there you have it. The Trucifer catalog is available. The link to my merch store is in the description box below. So there's no limited time thing, it's here forever. So if you want to pick that up at any time, knock yourself out. So there you go with that. Now with the nonsense, as I'm going to call it, out the way, let's talk about Gold Tour Sinnoh. Let's talk about it. So what I want to do is give my review over the 2 events that we had regarding the Gold Tour Sinnoh event. So there was the in-person event that I went to that was out in LA/Pasadena and basically the entire metro Los Angeles area for the most part. And then there's the global version. So let's just get things popping real quick. Let's start off with the in-person event. Let's start off with the location. I have to give it a B+. So there's a little bit of favoritism with this grade here. Let's talk about the good in terms of the location. It's at the Rose Bowl. I mean, hello. The last game that was played at the Rose Bowl, Michigan beat Alabama and went on to the finals in the national championship game where they won. Hello. I'm wearing this hoodie. This was not designed. I just happened to put this on. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I am wearing this. So it's the Rose Bowl. Like, I was emotional at the Rose Bowl. So there was that. And it was obviously the Rose Bowl located in Pasadena. Pasadena is nice. I'll be honest. Pasadena is nice. Downtown Pasadena is cool to walk around, you know. Like, are there homeless people down there? A little bit. But not to the level of Los Angeles and not to the level of San Francisco. But nevertheless, Pasadena is nice. The weather was decent. You know, despite the fact it was in February. You know, it would be cold at times a little bit. And I don't think it got to the point where you have to take off your jacket entirely like it was in Vegas last year. But it was decent weather. It was mostly consistent for the most part. And it was supposed to rain that weekend, but it held off until the event was over, which was great. Very, very great. In the surrounding area, what I mean by the surrounding area, I'm talking about the Rose Bowl, was gorgeous. We got mountains, nearby houses on top of those mountains. It looked nice. And a few of us was in the VIP or in the suite area, and we got a view, not just of the stadium, which is cool, but of the surrounding area from that high up. Oh my gosh, it was nice. If y'all haven't checked me out on Twitter or Instagram, I post pictures on there. Check out those pictures. Oh my goodness, it was gorgeous. It was really gorgeous. But there was some bad. Get into the event. Now this is the case anytime you want to go to Pasadena, the Rose Bowl rather, when they have an event going on there. There's like one street that would take you in and out. There's not multiple streets that can get you in the Rose Bowl parking lot structure or anything like that. It's just one street, which is a problem. So yeah, it was like traffic was backed up on Saturday. Sunday, it was decent actually. So it wasn't that big of a deal because like that's the norm for them out there, but still, it was still bad. And the event went to spread it out. So it was terrible for you guys if you were staying in LA, like Lando Alpha and Mrs. Mime and your friend though. And it was like, you know, so you had to go to the Rose Bowl, which is in Pasadena, for the in-person event. It was very bad for those if you're flying in from other places. So you had to get an Uber, which would cost you a lot of money unless you are with a bunch of people and y'all can split the Uber. So be it. But if you're by yourself, you're gonna be, yeah, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. I know you know right now, it's gonna cost you a lot of money for that Uber or Lyft. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. And then you could do the train, which is not bad at all. But the problem is, it's gonna take about like, depending on where you are in LA, 45 maybe to 55 minutes to get there. It's gonna take a while to get there. So you have to wake up super early. And you ain't even taking the train straight to the stadium. You have to take the train to a nearby train station, or train stop rather, get off the train and then take the bus over to get to the Rose Bowl. So yeah, that's the issue right there. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, security was terrible, especially if you were a vlogger. So in the past, when it comes to in-person Pokemon Go events, they did mention the whole, and I wish I have, it's over there somewhere, the whole, oh, don't bring tripods, don't bring cameras and stuff like that, but they don't normally enforce it. But here, they were trying to enforce it. So that wasn't the case with me, but there was other people that was bloggers, that had that issue. Now granted, I think they were able to get in still, but there was still issues like that, and I never understood like why. Like, do they not know what a professional camera is? I think it's one of the ones that news companies have, like the one that goes over your shoulder, something like that. But like, I mean, that was bad. That was bad in my opinion. But nevertheless, location, I give it a B. Now the technical gameplay, I give it an A. Now the rumor was going into the event that T-Mobile users was going to experience some issues. I don't know where that rumor came from. I don't know why that was a thing, but that was the rumor. I'm with T-Mobile. I had no issues, none at all. I haven't heard anything about technical issues. I heard some people experience it, but it wasn't a lot, which is why I gave it an A, not an A plus though, an A. The shiny rates, before we get to the round encounters, I'm giving it a B minus. And I'll be honest, I was in the park for the majority of the time because I was able to do that. But when you go to these in-person events, obviously you got the in-city experience and you got the park experience. It is much better to play in the city. It really, really is. I feel like the shiny rates would be much better in the city. Like that's just the thing. That's just how it is. Ever since they did that in the park experience, in the city experience, I feel like the city, you're gonna get shinies much quicker or more shinies in the city, away from the park, or in this case the stadium and golf course, than you would at the park. So that's why I give it a B minus. I'm not sure. Like I feel like they should be equal because like I understand like not wanting people there, especially if it's not their play day. That's why at the same time, there's nothing spoiling for them if it's not their play day. So they need to be in the city. So to lower the shiny rates in the park, I feel like they did it to try and get people to go play in the park more. I mean, not in the park more, but to play in the city more. I feel like that's not the right thing to do. I feel like the both shiny rates for in the park and in the city should be the same. And it's not. So that's why I gave it a B minus. But the shiny rates were still good nevertheless. Now let's move on to the shiny rates and / good IVs when it comes to raids. And I'm going to get that a B plus. Now, for me personally, I got 3 shinies, Origin Form Girautinas. I traded 2 of them, by the way. And I got 2 96% IVs and a 93. And I got the shiny one, shiny Origin for a Palkia, that just so happens to be a 93% IV. So I thought I did pretty good when it comes to rating the Origin Form legendaries at the park. Or, at the event rather, whether it was at the park or in the city. But the bad thing about it is the remote raid limit was still intact. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to increase it to 10 or 20 something. No, they just kept it at 5, on both days. So that was an issue. But nevertheless, that's not that big of a deal because you're at the event. So the objective here is you're going to be raiding in person. So there's that. But I feel like they should have increased that remote raid limit to 10. And then this would have been an A plus for me. Well, not an A plus, but it would have been an A. Because I heard some people who didn't get any shinies at all at the in-person, experience. So that's why it's a B plus and not necessarily an A minus, anything like that. That in combination with the fact that the remote raid pass limit was still a thing. So there's that. Hatching, when it comes to the shiny rates for hatching, I'm gonna give that a B. I hatched 3 shinies from eggs that I got from that weekend. And one of them was the Carnivine. The other 2 were Pokemon that I didn't really want, but you can't take away from the fact that I was still hatching shinies. So that's why I give it a B. Speaking of Bs, the shiny rates from instants and the instant spawns themselves, I'm gonna give that a B as well. The shiny rate were good and the spawns were mostly unknowns. So I had no problem with that. This is something I've been asking for a while. Like, stop putting everything in instants and mixing them up with the unknowns and just give us mostly unknown spawns. And I can't speak for everybody, but that's what I got. I mostly got unknown spawns. So there's that. Now, the shiny rates for the snapshots, I'm gonna give that a C minus. I feel like not a lot of people got a shiny from the snapshots. I sure as heck didn't. So, but that's just me. I've seen people with the shinies, with the starters, with the hats. So there's that. And then in terms of the shinies from, well, that's from the collection challenge, right? So that don't count. But referring to the Lake Guardians. But nevertheless, I'd give it a C minus. Collection challenge, or challenges rather, that's an A. That's a straight A. Why is it an A? Because it wasn't a lot to do per habitat. Like back in the day, you had to capture 8 Pokemon per habitat. Now, this time around, it was only 4. And I'm like, bet, I can deal with that. That was great. Keep that up, because we don't need to do a crap ton of stuff, because the main reason, one of the 2 main reasons why we are at these in-person events, 1, to see each other, and 2, it's to look for shinies. Not to do a bunch of collection challenges and things of that nature. Now, obviously, the option is you don't have to do them, but still, though, we still want to do them, but we don't want to like spend a lot of time on them. That's the thing. So they did a really good job with this one. I'm gonna give that one an A. The Rotom task, I'm giving it a D. There's two main issues with it. Some people got one, and like some people got two. I managed to got two, so that was weird. We don't know what the scenario was with that, but yeah, there was that, and there was a lot of opportunities to get that shiny Rotom because that Rotom could have been shiny, and the opportunity to get the shiny wasn't really there. So that's why I give it a D. Speaking of D's, I'm gonna give that to Routes. Routes got a D, and the main reason is because there was no routes at the park. I'm like, how you not have a route at the park? Like, y'all can't create a route? To me, that make no sense to me. Like, especially with shiny Basculin on the line, that's why I gave that a D. And then the field research task, I'm gonna give that a C+. And here's the thing about that. They should have only featured the Sinnoh starters with the hats as rewards only. But the problem with that was there was other Pokemon included in there as well. And it's like, okay, these Pokemon that are also included, they're also in the route, and you could probably hatch them from eggs, some of them. But they shouldn't have been as a reward from the field research task. It should have only been the Sinnoh starters with the hats. That's it. Because it's like, you know, you got the Dawns and the Lucas hats for each one. So we're talking about 6 Pokemon, basically. So that's why I gave it a C+. And overall, I give it the whole event, the in-person Los Angeles / Pasadena event, a B-. So, you know, I add everything up, and then, you know, that's the average. So it's a B-. So pretty good if I do say so myself. Wasn't the best? No, but it was still good nevertheless. Now let's move on to the global portion of this. So the technical gameplay, that's an A+. I have heard absolutely, positively nothing about technical issues with the global version. I didn't experience anything. I didn't see anybody on Twitter or YouTube on Twitch experience anything. No problems. A+ right there. Shiny encounters when it comes to route encounters, or shiny rates rather, when it comes to route encounters, that's a C+. So there was some dry spells in there, and I wasn't the only one who was dealing with it. A lot of people were dealing with it. So there's some dry spells in there. So the in-person event was better when it comes to the route encounters, when it comes to the shiny rates. But the shiny rates were still there. It wasn't bad. But there were some dry spells where you go through like some hours and you won't even get a shiny. So that was a problem. Now let's look at the shiny rates / good IVs for raids, and that's a C-. So I feel like that not a lot of people doing the global event got a lot of the shinies, referring to the origin forms. And also I feel like not a lot of people got good IVs. I mean, I'm one of those people that didn't get a shiny at all, nor did I get anyone that had good IVs all weekend long. And I was remote raiding as well. So I feel like that's a C-. But again, what happened to me didn't happen to everybody. Some people did get some shinies. Some people did get some that had good IVs. But I feel like it was more who was pretty much the same as I was, which was no shinies, no good IVs. There was more people like that than there were people who did get a shiny or people that got good IVs. So that's why I'm giving it a C-. Speaking of C-, the shiny race for hatching eggs. So for me, I only got one shiny all weekend long. It was Happini, and I was frowning at that. I'm like, bro, I got so many of these already. Just stop it. Now, and also based on what I was hearing, other people didn't have a good shiny rate with the eggs as well. So there was that. So that was a bit of an issue. And there's one more, I need to back up about the raids. There's one more thing I forgot to mention, and that was this. Even though there was no remote raid limit, which was great, but with the rates, shiny rates being low, it felt like a waste of money to constantly go and do all these raids. It really felt like a waste of money. So that's why that was at a C-. But in terms of the hatchings and shiny rates for hatchings rather, that was also a C-. I already explained why. Moving on. The shiny rates from the incense and the incense spawns themselves, that's a D+. So here's the bad about that. The shiny rates were terrible. I only got one shiny, which was a Pikachu with one of those hats from the incense all weekend long. I did not get another shiny from the incense. And while the unknowns were spawning, which was good, mostly unknowns were spawning, with some Pikachus and Sinnoh starters, and that was it. That was phenomenal. But I feel like there wasn't a lot of people that were getting shiny unknowns. Like, I didn't get a shiny unknown that weekend, but I don't care because I already got all those shinies that was available for that weekend already. So I wasn't really tripping about that. But I felt like there was not a lot of people that got shiny unknowns. I'm not saying nobody did, because some people did training tips, but I feel like it wasn't a lot of people that got it. And again, the good things about it is they were mostly unknown spawns. There was some Pikachu spawns in there, and wherever Sinnoh started that you pick in terms of that special research, they were spawning from the instance as well. And that was it. Nothing else, which was phenomenal, which is what I've been asking for years. Let's move on. Rotom Taz, that's a D. So it's the same as the in-person event. So again, like I ain't gonna go over that. So that was a straight up D, same as the in-person event. Rouse was an A-, however. I felt like that a good number of people got the shiny Basculin. And I was one of those people. And some got more than one. And again, I got 3. So the Rouse feature was phenomenal. I give it an A- because yeah, like, and Basculins was spawning. And in fact, they were I wouldn't say that was the only thing that was spawning. That's not accurate. But they were mostly spawning. Nothing else with the exception of Basculins for the most part. So A- without question right there. Field Research Task, that's an F. That's a straight up F. The Sinnoh starters with the hats were not included in the field as a field research reward. That wasn't included in the event at all. The rewards was lackluster. So it was like a bunch of evolved Pokemon that we had in raid days. So for example, like Bravery was one, and then we had the Cleavor, Ursaluna, and Avalugg. And that was pretty much it. There was other Pokemon spawning there, like the Hisui joints and a Gibble, which was like, why? So the rewards was terrible. Even though there was shiny possibilities there, the rewards were terrible nevertheless. And what you had to do to complete the task, which was the worst thing, was like the worst thing of all of this. You had to power Pokemon. You had to power Pokemon. Power Grass and Ghost type. Power of this. Power of that. Power of this. Blah, blah, blah. Some of them was win 3 raids, which was like, okay, whatever in this case. But you had to power Pokemon. And I'm like, we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. And the Bustling Boardwalk rewards was the worst. Bidoof, and then the Shellos, the blue and pink ones. Granted, I understand those are regionals, those two. But in order for you to get those, guess what you have to do? Power up on normal water type. It was bad. The field research task, that was a straight up F. They should never do that ever again. Now, let's look at the intangibles for the global event. So the good thing about it was not overwhelming with a crap ton of tags nor snapshots. So that was great. That was phenomenal. I'm not sure if it's because I went to the in-person event and I did it there. So if that's the case, and even if that was the case, it still applies. Like you didn't have to do a crap ton of stuff for the collection challenge if you got it. Cause I never got it doing the global version. I don't know, but that was, to me, it's good. The bad was the fact that there was no Sinnoh starters with hats at all at the event, and you only got 1 shot at a shiny Spiritomb, which was also terrible because the in-person event we got 10. Granted, I didn't get any shinies from that, but we got 10. Here, you only get 1. So overall, I'm gonna give this a C. This is a C rated global event. There was some good, there was some bad. So overall, it was a C. And that's it. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. Now, if you reached this point of the video, leave in the comment section below Trucifer. Leave in the comment section below Trucifer. So yeah, there you go with that. And at the very end of this video, you should see 2 cards. One of them will be the last video that I released, which is no, it won't be the short. It won't be the short. It will be an actual video. And the other one will be something that YouTube recommends. It might be a short. I don't know what. Yeah. So YouTube will recommend something. Check out both of those videos. Make sure to subscribe. We're still getting close to 2,000 subscribers. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Blue is the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.